Welcome back to Functional Spirituality. This is Ava, I'm your host, and today I'm finally going to share with you how to create a self-suggestion tape. And really, for how easy this is to create and for the results that you can get from it, it's something I believe that all of us should be doing. It doesn't require any fancy technology. And it's something that I've been doing personally over the past 8 years and still find a lot of value from it. I love them and I love the process. So it really has 3 steps. The first thing we want to do is write out a script or write out a list of our affirmations. Secondly, we want to perform a relaxation and play the tape. So you can actually guide yourself into relaxation at the beginning of the tape, or you can do your yoga practice and do a relaxation or do a little meditation, something to relax you and get you into a relaxed state of mind and body in the alpha and theta brainwave state. And finally, what you want to do after you've done the practice of listening to your self-suggestion tape, what you want to do is actually review and revamp the script and the tape repeatedly. So what you're going to find is that when you're listening to the tape, you're going to actually feel some of those suggestions really go in. And you're also going to sense that some of the suggestions weren't quite worded correctly, or didn't feel appropriate, or maybe you felt that they did go in and you actually want to tweak them and shift them. So sometimes I listen to a tape only once and then revamp it, and sometimes I listen to it for years and still enjoy the affirmations from it. But the good thing is that it's just recorded on your iPhone or on your computer, and you can do it as many times as you like. So let's start with the first step, writing out your suggestions. So just start somewhere. You may not have the perfect list just yet, the perfect set of affirmations. Like I said, you're probably going to tweak it. So what you want to do is write out a list of words and affirmations that connect to you in an emotive, firm, and inspiring way. So you want to use the present tense, positive affirmations. You don't want to be saying, I will be, or I want. You want to be using phrases like, I am, I feel. Suggestions that are made in the present tense. Feel free to repeat certain affirmations in different words. Repetition is very helpful with our suggestions. You want to translate these suggestions into a felt, emotional, and visceral reality. So remember, you want to actually use these suggestions and phrases to induce a feeling, an experience of what it would feel like if that affirmation was true and if you were experiencing that. So remember this idea of fake it till you make it, that we're placing these suggestions about an experience that we do want to attain as if it's happening now. So make sure that the suggestions don't set up a distance between yourself and the experience, but the affirmations give you a feeling of them being experienced in that moment. So they might even have visual elements. They should definitely have emotional elements. And as you're repeating them, you're going to want to be putting energy behind them. So you'll see what I mean when you record them. They're meant to be suggesting to you this reality and suggesting it to your body and to your emotions to translate into a lived experience in that moment. You're going to want your suggestions to be really clear and concise, really straight to the point. But feel free to also explore suggestions that are longer. They tend to get a little bit wordy and catch us up in the mind more than in that felt experience in the body. So try to be as concise as possible, but definitely explore sentences that are long-winded and drag on and draw you into this emotional and body-based experience of the affirmation. So remember, the list doesn't need to be perfect, but you need to start somewhere. So go ahead and write down those suggestions. Feel free to even pause this here before we go on to record them. The second step is to use this list of affirmations. So you can actually do it in two ways. One of the ways is to record them to a tape. You or someone else, maybe there's another person's voice that you like, recording them to a tape. And by that, I mean just an audio file on your phone or on your computer. If you've got a Mac computer, you can use QuickTime to record audios just through the computer itself. And the other way to use this list of affirmations is to actually write them down. So using handwriting in the liminal periods of the day, so early morning or just before bed or after your meditation or yoga practice, using cursive writing or handwriting to write out these affirmations is a powerful way of transmitting these suggestions into the subconscious mind. So handwriting, your cursive writing, is both a conscious and a subconscious experience. So consciously, you're choosing the words that you're writing, but unconsciously, kind of like driving, the loops and the lines and the form of the words are being formed on the paper. And it's a signature of your subconscious mind. That's why the signature is such a powerful way of identifying ourselves in a legitimate way, because our subconscious mind is a huge part of this process of handwriting. So it's a way, handwriting is a way of getting information out of the subconscious mind, of getting out messages and intuition through writing, maybe even doing free association, just writing words on a paper, or journaling, or working to write out answers to questions in order to unpack what's happening under the surface of our mind. It's one way to get information out of the subconscious. But also in the same way, handwriting our affirmations is a way of putting information into the subconscious. And I really like this resource if you are interested to search on YouTube, the Mental Bank Ledger, which is about a 2-hour lecture from a college of hypnotherapy. Actually, my brother attended it in LA, and I also went to go see it. And the founder, or the founder's son actually, of that college gives a very interesting lecture on a process that they use in that hypnotherapy college called the Mental Bank Ledger, and the institute is called HMI. And it's a way of using a handwritten ledger every night before bed to program the subconscious mind to a certain financial destiny. But I love the way that they explain how handwriting works for reprogramming the mind. So there's two ways, like I said, for us to use this list of suggestions. I'd recommend to do both for sure. And I want to speak more about how to record this. So you've got your list of suggestions. They're all written in the present tense. They're all inspiring states of being that you wish to instill in your daily life more. Things about your health, things about your emotions, things about your relationships, material goals, emotional goals, mental goals, physical goals, spiritual goals, goals about your aspiration and your connection to stillness and truth and the infinite. All of those are valid suggestions because all of our experience comes to us and is experienced through the mind. So there's no experience that it isn't valid to work towards through the mind and through working on the mind. So really it can be a list of anything. You might make different tapes based on different goals and situations that you're working towards. I tend to put them all into one tape, let it be as long as 15 minutes, and to break it into different chunks. And I would call that more a self-suggestion tape than a self-hypnosis tape. And so how are we going to record this tape? Like I said, you want to be relaxed. You want to start the process with a relaxation. So for me, after doing so many hundreds of hours of final relaxation, it's very easy for me after about 3 breaths to drop myself into the state of relaxation in the body. However, there was a time, and sometimes I still do, add in a guided relaxation before I start my suggestions. So I would recommend to do that. Start with a body scan, inviting like a drop into a meditation, inviting the relaxation of body parts, the deeper breaths, a connection to the heart. Because this is actually a really enjoyable process. You get to lay on your back or sit in meditation or be in a yin posture and do both a relaxation, a meditation, and this self-suggestion process. So start it out with a few words of meditation that feel good for you, or up to 5 minutes. I remember there was a time that I was doing a full kind of drop-in hypnosis of relaxing the body part by part and dropping into the subconscious mind. So both are totally fine. After you've given the relaxation, you'll start to record one by one your suggestions. So you're reading out your suggestions and you're giving them in this emotive, firm, and inspiring way. You want to be transmitting this experience as if it was real, and you're going to be listening to it eventually with your whole body. So really include your whole body, your whole being. Close your eyes, feel it as you say each affirmation. Feel free to repeat them. Feel free to add energy to them. And again, make sure they're clear and concise. Remember that you're trying to keep yourself in and maybe even induce further a sense of relaxation and the alpha and theta brainwave states. So you're saying it in that kind of relaxing and soothing tone as well. Feel free to play music in the background. So I always play a gentle, relaxing music in the background. It almost even substitutes the relaxation guidance in the beginning. The soothing music drops me in. So feel free to play that. And you can make the tape as long or as short as you like. Feel free to repeat some of the affirmations over again. And once you're done, press stop. Name the file as affirmations or anything else you'd like to name it, and then you're ready to use it. So the third step is to actually listen to the tape. When you're listening to the tape, you want to cultivate a yin energy. So you want to cultivate an energy of being relaxed, thoughtless, receptive, open, and you want to be connecting to the part of yourself that is not the conscious thoughts. So connecting to the body sensations, the feelings, the emotions, the breath, connecting to your heart and to your presence as you're listening to these suggestions. So I recommend to lay on your back, lay in your bed. You can be cuddled up in a fetal position on your side just upon waking or just before going to sleep. If you've got someone in the bed with you, maybe you want to pop headphones in, because I definitely recommend to be listening to this tape every single morning upon waking and every single night before falling asleep, as well as numerous times throughout the day. And right away, you'll get used to the tape. You'll see where messages are going in, where messages are getting stuck, and the process of connecting to your subconscious mind, seeing and sensing the thoughts, the beliefs that are under the surface, all of that is part of the process. Remember that the suggestions are most effective for reprogramming the subconscious when the brain states are already at the border between the subconscious and conscious mind. You want to be relaxed and you want to involve yourself with the suggestions. You want to be feeling them in your body. In my experience, listening to self-suggestion tapes is such a beautiful, nourishing gift to give to ourselves at any time during the day. It's a little bit more seductive than just doing a yin posture or doing a silent meditation or doing a practice, a yoga practice. You know that you're doing this much deeper work, and at the same time, all you're doing is just relaxing and laying there. If you fall asleep, that's absolutely no problem. If you need to set an alarm for yourself, feel free. So once you've listened to your tape, you're pretty much ready to roll over and get on with the rest of your day. Maybe you want to do some journaling after. Maybe you're ready to rewrite your tape or your list at that point. But this is pretty much as simple as the process is. It's really easy, really simple. The hardest step is definitely doing it. So there have been times when I've gone months without doing it, and it's sad. I feel like I'm missing something that's really easy, really powerful, and something that I love. So sometimes I just need to wait until I get that urge and that reminder to do one again. And I'll definitely be creating one shortly for myself. As some of you know, we have our Functional Spirituality Facebook group online. That's a free resource. And this month, June 2020, I'll be hosting a free meditation workshop at the end of the month. So really going through even more how to understand how the mind works, how we can drop ourselves into these states of relaxation and reprogramming, how we can connect to the deeper parts of ourselves, and most importantly and most sweetly, how to establish a meditation practice that we absolutely love, that comes easy to us, and that really, really works for us. Because after all, that would be a functional approach, something that we can use, something that's relevant, and something that changes the way that we function. So definitely, if you haven't already joined, search Functional Spirituality on Facebook, join the free group, register for the free workshop, and I so look forward to sharing more with you and taking you a little bit deeper into all of this work at the end of the month. Thanks for listening, and definitely let me know how you go with the tapes, and I'll speak to you very soon.